This is a crazy story, and I used to, like, never tell it because it just sounds so crazy, but it's the truth. I swear over everything I love that this happened. So the before my dad died, my dad and I were talking about how a lot of people say that when people from the other realm or who have passed on will reach out through electricity type things, whether it be lights or the radio and stuff like that. So I said to my dad, I'm like, we should pick a song for you to play for me after you die so that I know that you're okay. And I'm like, but it can't be a sad song. It has to be, a happier song. So I don't get too upset every time I hear it. But we never picked a song. So the night that my dad died, like some of my family was here, one of my friends was here, and then, people started to leave, and then it was just me. And I just had a random music playing on Spotify. And I went in the bathroom and I'm kind of like going through that. What am I going to do? Because my whole life, a big part of it was taking care of this man. And he was my best friend and my mentor. And what am I going to do? And I walked into my living room and I shit you not, Matchbox 20, our song was playing. And the first words I could hear was the chorus saying, "This could be our song." And I was just crazy. And then listening to the song, it is a song that very much could be, a part of me and my dad. And I'm a huge Matchbox 20 fan. And my dad, I would communicate to him through music sometimes and like tell him this song reminds me of this. And Matchbox 20, we both really enjoyed their music. So for it to be that playing, it was just weird. And I know people could say like it's just pure coincidence, but I'm like, come on.
It's interesting you say that you were like, some people say, "Oh, you're looking for that," but like, I maybe that's like part of what makes the magic, the spiritual connection thing happen is the requirement of the belief in it. I just remember that. I keep coming back to that. Like, I can't explain it in great comprehensible way, but like the particle slit experiment, basically some particles behave differently when they were being watched versus when they were like not being watched in real time. And
Yeah.
and that like makes me think that like, you know, thoughts and prayers matter if they're done with intention. Jesus and all the lords and Buddha, Muhammad, they all know if there's intention behind the T's and P's. T's and P's definitely don't work without intention.
Right. So, I mean, that kind of stuff does bring me comfort. Sometimes it's aggravating because I swear to God, my mom hides things from me.
What was your dad's name and what was he dealing with? And then I want to go back to further back.
My dad's name was Frank.
And what was he dealing with medically? I think you
Um,
talked about it.
yeah, so he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when I was 11. He was diagnosed with progressive multiple sclerosis. So, he progressed very quickly. His speech started slurring. He couldn't really walk. He had a walker and but my parents owned a business. They owned a grocery store at the time. He wouldn't use a walker. He would push a cart around because he didn't want to be seen with a walker. And then when I was 17, he broke his hip and he never walked again after that. So I had a very different childhood and a very different outlook on marriage because of that. Because when you see your parent have to, my mom had to step up and be the breadwinner, she had to take care of my dad, and you really see what sickness and health and death to us part like is like up close. So it
Wow.
definitely definitely made me look at marriage differently.
What was your
And I
mom?
was
I
what
was gonna
was
ask
my
what's your mom's name?
Mary.
Mary.
She was named after the Virgin Mary. She did not live up to that name.
No comment.
Not even remotely. Not like in like so much that way, but my mom was she was pretty wild. We called her me and Adam call her the beast.
Yeah,
Um
your husband's name is Adam as well,
yeah, yeah,
like mine.
yes. Everybody knows when I say Adam, that's my husband's name.
Mhm.
But yeah, she was a very fierce, very strong woman. And my mom, you know, like how a lot of women will try and preach feminism. My mom just taught me what it was to be a strong woman. There was no like women this, women that. You know, she just taught me what it was to be a strong woman. And she talked to me about things that women will go through without life. And I mean, in a way, she just kind of did have and you're just going to have to deal with it or
Through
you're going to be miserable.
through her action, she showed you her strength is what it sounds like, that more
Right.
than through her words.